Hello, welcome to Barts Guide, the YouTube channel of my blog bartsguide.com. I'm Bart-Jan, Bart for short. This video is all about niches and will be the first in a series about niche markets and the importance of niche markets and how you can find yours. This particular video will focus more on what a niche market is, what kind of niches there are, and why it is important to focus on a niche. So, what topics will I be talking about in this video? I will explain what a niche is, why it is important for your business, whatever product or service you want to sell online. I will explain a couple of examples of niches. It can be a topic, a particular set of audience, a particular audience, a type of business, and even your own personal brand can be a niche. And last, I will give out a small exercise you can do to find your niche, because finding your own niche, while in theory is very easy, for many people it's very difficult to do. So I will give out a small exercise. In the next video I will give out a more detailed approach to finding your niche. So let's get into it. What actually is a niche or a niche market? Simply put, it's a smaller subset of a bigger market. For instance, you own a webshop selling shoes in every category, and you have one page that focuses on selling sneakers. That is a niche. And you have a page that focuses on selling walking shoes. That is also a niche. So it can be a particular product. It can also be a particular audience. For instance, your webshop is focused only on selling to baby boomers, or to baby boomers in a certain region, for instance the East Coast of the United States or Northwestern Europe or Asia. So it can be in Asia. Or you can focus on a certain type of business. For instance, you're an SEO consultant and you only do business with ICT companies, for instance. So those are all niches. Now they can also be a particular topic. For instance, you have the health and fitness niche, you have the travel niche, you have food niche, you have health, giving out love and dating advice niche. It can be about a hobby. Those are all niches. Why are niches important? Well, if you're Amazon or Coca-Cola, basically your audience is the whole world. You don't focus on a particular niche. Or you can hire a lot of copywriters to focus on one niche, on a second niche, or third niche. So big companies focus on everyone. If you're a smaller company, focusing on a niche makes good business sense. Why? Well, there's 7 reasons why. First reason is less competition. If your audience as a small business is everyone, you will also have to deal with more competitors. But if you focus on a certain niche, for instance a certain audience, or you only focus on a certain type of business, then you will have less competition. And while competition, a little bit of competition will keep you sharp, having to compete with the whole world, well, that's, as a small business, that's very, very difficult. Second reason is you'll be seen as a specialist. For instance, I will take the SEO consulting example again. If you had a lot of experience doing consulting work for only ICT businesses, it will the ICT world will see you as a specialist. But for instance, for small businesses you will be less interesting. But that doesn't matter, because in the ICT world you'll be seen as a specialist. Which takes me to the third reason. If you're a specialist, you can ask more money for your product or service, which means more income. So focusing on a niche means more income. Fourth reason is repeat sales. This is because you will have an audience that knows you, knows what you're about, knows you're a specialist, and are more inclined to buy your product or service again and again and again. Now, if you're focusing on a niche, your audience may be smaller, but they trust and know you, so they will be more inclined to buy from you again and again. Fifth reason is more focus on your part. You're doing something which you like, love or know, dealing with an audience you like or know, or businesses you like or know, which makes you more focused, which also means you're doing a better job. In turn, your business will grow faster. Sixth reason is more referrals. If you're seen as the specialist or as the expert, your audience likes and trusts you, your audience knows and likes you, your audience knows, likes and trusts you, it will mean good word of mouth. Meaning they will refer you to their friends, families, business partners, which can mean more business for you, or more visitors to your site, or more products to sell. So more referrals. And the last and maybe most important reason, you will have more fun doing what you do. You're doing something you like. And that in my opinion is one of the best reasons to focus on a niche. Now, what kind of niches are there? There are basically 4 types of niches in my experience. Topics, type of audience, type of business, and your own personal brand, like I said. First, topics. Those can be anything. Your hobby, canoeing, you like canoeing, walking, video games, writing, sports, politics, what have you. It can be a product niche. It can be, for instance, about drones or cameras, GoPro cameras, vlogging cameras, shoes, walking shoes. It can be the type of audience. This is a bit trickier. For some that is more difficult to focus on. But for instance, if you want to focus on a niche in an already oversaturated market, it's very smart to focus on a niche audience. For instance, you're a yoga instructor and you want to start a blog and YouTube channel about yoga. But there are already a lot of good yoga channels out there. So how do you make it successful? You focus on a particular audience. For instance, I'm 42 years old. I would focus more on people from Generation X and maybe older, or male, other males interested in yoga who are my age. And if you're female, you can focus on female Generation Xers who want to do yoga. So focus on a particular audience. If you know what you're doing, you may also attract the attention of older or younger people who are not in your focus group, but who are still willing to buy from you. And like I said, you can also focus on a particular type of business. And since you have a lot of experience working for smaller companies. I myself, when I just started out, made the mistake of focusing on not focusing on a particular type of business. I took every job I could get my hands on. And while this is understandable when you're just starting out, in hindsight, my business would have grown much faster and more successful if I had focused on a particular type of niche. Because I focused on the taxi companies, on programmers, on designer and builder of e-bikes, which meant that I was all over the place. So focus on a particular type of business. It can be small businesses, it can be if you're used to dealing with media companies, only work with media companies. It can also be a type of work you do. For instance, if you're a copywriter and you're really good at writing emails, make that your niche. You're the guy or girl people can hire to write excellent email campaigns. Now, lastly, your own personal brand. Personal branding is very important for a small company because you will become attractive to a certain type of business or audience. For instance, you're the type of business that is known for excellent customer service. Then you will attract the business of people or businesses for whom excellent customer service is very important. That can be your niche. So, in short, it can be a kind of topic, it can be a type of product, it can be a type of audience, it can be a type of business, and your own personal branding. Those are all important for choosing your niche. Now, lastly, how can you find your niche? This is something I have been struggling with, and at the moment I'm doing some research to find a second niche for some affiliate marketing. So I know what you're going through, but this exercise will help you a bit. Take a moment for yourself, take a legal pad and a pen, turn all your social media devices off, and write down the following. First, write down every hobby or thing you like doing. Write down every hobby or exercise or thing that you like doing. It can be cooking, canoeing, watching TV with your buddies. Whatever you like doing, write it down. Take your time. It can be a long list, can be a short list, but really make your brain work and write down everything you know and like. Second, write down every skill and talent you have. Maybe you're good at playing the guitar. Maybe you're great at piano playing or sports. Or it can be something you're really knowledgeable about. Maybe you're really good at history or politics. Write those things all down. And also realize they can also be professional skills. Maybe you're good at excellent at customer service, or you're great at coding. Write it all down. Third, this may take a little bit of research. Write down any problem or question regarding your a skill or a hobby you have that you've heard or read about. For instance, you heard a friend complain he wants to learn how to play folk music on a guitar, and you're an excellent guitarist. It can be anything, it can be a problem or question. Sites like Quora or Reddit are excellent for you to start to find out about problems regarding your hobby or skill. And what you have to find out is that you are the answer to those problems or questions. Now, pick about 4 or 5 of the topics, either a skill or something you like doing, that resonate with you the most. If you've done that, do the research of people online using Google Trends, typing in your skill, and Reddit and Quora again, if people are actually online have questions about it. That way you can see if someone is interested in your niche. If you hardly see any questions about it, then move on to the next topic. And then after you've done your research, pick one and start doing the work. Well, with regards, if you want to offer a service, you already know what it is, for instance SEO or coding, then do some research on what type of business really resonates with you, and what kind of audience really resonates with you, and start doing the work. Alright, this is my video about niches. In the next video I will give out a couple of more nifty exercises to find yours in more detail. Hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video.